Officer's Log 116-317-520. I've been tasked with traveling to research Outpost Lenovius 5, which is one of the most remote Federation outposts on Terran. It's been a very grueling 14-day trip by transport from Colony 9. Normally the Federation would have sent a shuttle out here, but the media storms in this area are preventing safe flight right now. They wanted someone to make the trip out here to check on a research officer named Hartman. It's been 30 days since he last sent a trade shuttle to the colony, and no one's been able to establish radio contact with him since. Normally I wouldn't have accepted a mission like this, especially one that keeps me from home this long, but the premium for successful completion is more than enough to buy that Astroneer ring and finally propose to Celeste. I did read the dossier on Hartman on the way here, and he's been out at the outpost for the last year alone, doing research on an ancient alien ruin site. The logs also show he's been very punctual with sending weekly trade shuttles and log after log of communication details, so the lack of communication with Hartman has become a concern to Federation officials. I have now arrived at the outpost, and the first feeling that I got when I saw it was one of uneasiness. The research base has been built right in the middle of the ruin site. It just doesn't sit right with me. You have all this high-tech machinery sitting right in the middle of crumbling ruins. It just feels like an intrusion or trespassing. I've now entered the observation tower, and I don't see any signs of Hartman anywhere near the installation. The base itself looks like it was built using the U-shaped design. This was a design made popular by Chief Federation scientist Mick S. The design was mostly incorporated into solo officer-operated outpost, as it would allow the officer to operate all the stations from a solitary position. The Federation has since decommissioned this design because they felt it cost too much resin to get the base up and operational. The base itself, though, is very easy to build. A single extension is built from the habitat, then two more extensions are built from both the left and right sides. Three more extensions are built out from both ends. From inside the U-shape, three extensions are then brought out on both sides, and finally, each one of those are built into stations. Mick S specifications also stated that the lines of the base construction had to be very straight. If the extensions were not all built in very straight lines, this could result in stations overlapping one another. Another reason Federation scientists raved over this design was the large amount of additional connectors that left them plenty of room for storage and batteries, which was pivotal to their research work. Officer's Log 116-317-521. I've searched the base and the surrounding area, and I've still not been able to locate Hartman. Let me check the logs. It appears the last time the base received any input was 44 days ago. Wait. I'm getting a ping from a beacon. It is very faint. I'm not sure if I can lock onto this or not. That's how faint it is. Okay, got it. So now I should be able to sync this to my communicator. Okay, there we go. Now I'll just have to follow the signal. The signal is coming from down there. I'm at a ramp that looks like it's leading down into the alien ruins. By the looks of this path, this ramp's been traveled many times. The signal from the beacon is leading me down that same path. I'm now at a small landing inside a cave. Another ramp is traveling further down into the cave. This ramp was immaculately carved from the stone floor of the cave. There are strange symbols carved into the cave walls. As I travel further down this cave, I'm starting to get major electromagnetic interference, and I know if I go any further, my equipment's going to stop working. I could just make my way back up to the surface and report this thing in, but the beacon is right around the corner, and I just want to get this done. I mean, it's right around the corner. What the hell? I just want to go home. Officer log 116-317-522. There is some type of satellite here buried beneath the cave surface. What is very odd, this is not a Federation design. In fact, compared to Federation technology, it's ancient. I mean, how did a satellite end up buried underneath alien ruins? It doesn't add up. And that's not the weirdest part. I found Hartman. He's dead. He doesn't have his helmet on, and it looks like he's been bound to the satellite. His hand is tied to the satellite. I don't know if someone attacked him. Did they tie him up down here and leave him to die? None of this makes any sense. Why would they tie him up, leave his rover, and not even mess with the base? Everything was untouched. Not sure what to do. I'm gonna untie him. Okay, as soon as I untied Hartman's hand from the satellite, there was a small button underneath his hand, and that satellite is now humming. Wait, there's a piece of paper here on the ground. When his body fell to the ground, it uncovered it. It was covered up in dust. Let me read this. Do not untie my hand. Go back to the base and contact General Aristotska. Relay this message. Code Red-38476. Dearest Ophelia, I've really messed up this time. I know I've said that before, but this time it's bad. I discovered a satellite underneath the ruins, and it's carrying enough explosives to blow this planet in half. I know I should have left it alone and just reported it back to Federation headquarters, but I was curious. You know what they say about curiosity? Well, today I'm the cat. I accidentally initiated the detonation sequence, and it began a 30-second countdown. The good news? There's a manual override button. The bad news? It's broke. The only way to stop this thing from blowing up the planet is to hold in the button. I don't have much of a choice. My communicator will not work down here, and I don't have enough time to make it to the surface and back in time. I've tied my hand to the satellite so the button will stay pressed in even after I take my last breath. The letter then goes on confessing his love to Ophelia, along with his last wishes. After I finished reading the letter, the satellite began beeping. I had no choice. I tied one hand to the satellite, and it now holds down the button preventing the detonation. With my other hand, I began to write a letter. My dearest Celeste,